Ben Simmons, let me tell you something, sir. I can't tell you what to do, but I saw a video of you saying you'll never play for Philly and you'll never report to camp, or you're not going to report to camp. I understand the way you feel, sir, but I would like to explain to you what's going to happen to you in your career if you do that. I feel like you should go to camp, sir, because it's bigger than you. You have all the media talking about you, and that's fine and dandy. Them people owe you $147 million. Go get your fucking money. Don't get so emotional to where if you do that, they're going to suspend the shit out of you. They're going to delay your trade until they get the bulk of your money back. They're going to get a lot of money. It's going to open you up to company policy. And then they're going to start saying conduct detrimental to the team. They're going to sully your name and fuck your name up across the league. Because guess what, young man? They don't expect someone. You're doing business right now. This ain't about your feelings. I understand you don't like that organization, but there's other organizations. And if they invest their money into you, they want to know that you're going to do business with them. You got to be tradable in the first place, sir. So in order for Philly to trade you, you're going to have to do the right things. And that means go your ass to camp. Now, I'm not telling you how to fake an injury, but there's certain injuries. Oh, my back. Oh, my neck. You could do it that way and get a doctor to help you out, sir. There's plenty of players that have done it. But don't never get on national TV or your podcast or anything like that again, sir, for your benefit, not for me. I can't really tell you what to do. So I don't want to sound like I'm telling you what to do, but just take it from an older nigga who made a decision based on his emotions, and I didn't go to playoffs and all that shit because of an agent situation with what I mentioned with Gilbert. It negatively impacted me throughout my whole career, and it'll do the same for you. You have to do business. And the first thing they're going to want you to do is that, okay, other teams that may invest 100 million, 50 million in you, okay, if things go wrong, he's still going to be a professional. And you're a professional. And right now, that separates you from all of us. So even when you're upset, you still have to be a professional. As mad as you get, if you got friends around you, if you got an agent around you, they need to kick your ass and tell you to go to practice. See, my brothers was in jail, but my brother told me he would whip my ass all the way to practice because you got to go get that money. So don't mess up your reputation, even though you want to, even though you might have some grounds to, because everybody talking shit. But whatever you got to do to get through it, take your family, take your friends, make yourself happy off the court. But you got to go get that money. Do not let them people start taking back that 147 million while bashing you now as a basketball player and a businessman. That's not what we need right now. You a black man. I understand you upset, but damn it, go get that fucking money.
And you said you wanted to take your game forward. How much do you think taking more jump shots or even taking shots from the perimeter is important to improving your game?
It's important. It's very important.
How are you going to work on it?
Repetition.
Okay, has that happened this year? And it doesn't. You took 5 shots last night. Do you think in this situation with this team and who you are, you need more than 5 shots, and some of them have to be from the perimeter?
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you going to do that?
How am I going to do what?
You know, the coach Brett.
Well, let's break this down. I understand what Kwame is saying, because Kwame has a whole different look into this than the majority of us, because he basically hasn't followed this Ben Simmons story from beginning to where we are now. So he's looking at it as a situation of players being unhappy and wants out, and he's using the wrong methods in doing it. So he's saying, hey, there's other ways to get out than the way you're doing it. the way you're doing it is going to really soul your name, your name, and mess your whole name of Ben Simmons up. They're roasting you in the media and just tarnishing your name because of this situation. And I understand that. But here's the thing. With Ben Simmons, it's just. Some guys just don't have it. He's this type of player. So you got to understand he's not going to be anything more than what he is. Some people, you can give them the same, you can have exact identical twins. Teach them the same ways, feed them the same food. One will be an aggressive businessman, and the other one wants to be a guy who works in the doggone, being the teacher's assistant. It's just people are made different. Ben Simmons is made different. And it's not like maybe he lacks hard work or the effort, but there's also a spoiled privilege attitude that people get from him, a vibe. He's not somebody who has a lot of NBA friends, which is telling in this business. A lot of people it's like they don't like or dislike him. They're just like, well, he's quiet. He really doesn't, do anything but keep to himself. Now you got the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin is Ben Simmons' lack of ability to want to take shots. In this game, to win, your point guard is going to have to be able to shoot free throws. You can't be a point guard in this league and shoot about 60% from the free throw line. That's not good enough. Because down the stretch, you might get fouled and put on the free throw line to determine a game. That is unacceptable. You can't be talking championships at this level. Plus, let's get to the gist of it, because Kwame probably doesn't know. And don't forget to follow at Kwame Brown Bus Life, at Carcino for Life. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell. It's all important. Don't forget to like this video. Self-Talk, I see you at Self-Talk. Follow him too. At Straight Talk TV. At Welcome to HD TV. Just keep hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss your notifications. Now, since the screen went black, let me see if I can get it back. There we go. Now that we got the screen back, let's focus on this. Rich Paul is the reason that Ben Simmons is not doing what he's supposed to do. Ben Simmons wanted to stay in Philly. Rich Paul asked during Summer League, is Ben getting traded? Is Ben getting traded? We want to know. All of a sudden, they talk bad about Ben Simmons all through every sports agency. Then they'll try to go back and clean it up after bashing him openly about his unwillingness to shoot. Then they go and clean it up when they realize he's LeBron James, clutch sports, and then their media got to come up and kiss up for Ben Simmons. Now, since Noel Norellins. That's how he said Norellins, Noel. Ever since he came up and told people Rich Paul was what he did, and the Philadelphia 76ers confirmed that they tried to contact Rich Paul about acquiring Norellins Noel. Rich Paul decided that it would be in his best interest not to deal with the 76ers organization or the players. Maxey, all his players, he wants them off the 76ers. Now all of a sudden, Ben Simmons wants out, don't want to talk to him, don't want to see him. This was not Ben Simmons. This is not the way he acts. This is coming from someplace else. They've actually sent Joel Embiid and the players to come meet with him and talk to him to try to get him to come back. The 76ers know that Ben Simmons is not going to talk to him. So they said that, the players was on their way to go talk to him. He said no, turned them down, turned them back. Now they could write that in the media. All this to show Ben Simmons is a problem. And this is what Kwame was talking about, this side of it. But it's his agent who's failing him, Rich Paul. Rich Paul is playing this shell game, thinking he's embarrassing the 76ers by doing this, when the fans really want his ass gone anyway. If they can get him traded for Dame Dollar, oh my gosh, Ben Simmons will be forgotten in a day. He don't want to be there. The Philly fans don't want him back. So it's not like they're begging to have him back. So it's like a catch-22. You know, what you gonna do? Yeah, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. But I tell you one thing, Ben Simmons got a lot of growing up to do. I won't even get into his personal ways and his personal lifestyle, but Ben Simmons can shoot the ball. It's mental. In a game, when the game is on the line, he doesn't want to take those shots. So the difference with him and Lonzo Ball now, Lonzo will attempt the shot. He won't. You know, they have to put this out every year. It's like, okay, this is 2 years old. Where are we at today? Ben Simmons won't shoot the ball. You see? We right back here at Ben Simmons don't want to shoot the ball. This is 2 years ago. He can shoot. It's about, will Ben Simmons shoot the ball in a game when it matters? It's all mental. So if you're looking at it, you're like, wow, this is like a lot of potential, but the process has been tested already and trusted. Now it's time to move on and adjust the process. Make a little alteration to the process. Now you got somebody that has built themselves up where they could be something to be traded. And now you got to convince the team Ben Simmons is worth that $100 and some million. Rich Paul The person who's making this personal because he's being sued for over $50 million by one of his clients for unfair practices, violating his oath as an agent, not accepting calls, not informing his client of his options and deals that he could have taken that was much better off than the deal he told him to settle for. It's complete negligence. Now, they may argue, and of course they'll argue, that, well, Rich Paul wasn't his client yet. He was just giving advice. Well, it was bad advice. Very bad advice. And it cost somebody a lot. So that's where we at with it, with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is someone that is stuck in his own ways, dug in his own bed. So they dogging him now, not about the way now it's just more pile on with the way he's acting. It's more like a spoiled child. Something Rich Paul and them would do. And if he was smart, he would have fired Rich Paul, went back in the office and said, I'm sorry, let's get to work. But you don't want to do that. So he's going to continue to listen to Rich. Saying he's never going to report to camp. Okay. If I'm the Sixers and I can't trade him, and he want to sit on there like he ain't going to report to camp, all right, bet. We're going to get that contract voided. So I'm quite sure the Sixers are just playing it the way they want to play it. Because they like, oh, you ain't finna, Ben Simmons, a guy who we really got to fight to convince people to keep you another year. A guy who had a wide open layup or dunk and passed it in the playoffs. Nobody is begging to keep him. Let's just say that. Oh, wow. Okay, I gotta go. All right, don't forget to hit the super chat up. Thank you all who hit my Cash App up, which is Carcino. Thank all of you, and I'm out.